fish reefers. This is the scale model sea cave fish reef that we placed outside U.S. waters about 6 months ago, and as you can see, it's already a thriving oasis of life. Covered in Laminaria digitata, that's the single blade kelp, brown marine algae you see on the left, mixed in with Macrocystis pyrophora, the giant kelp that lives all the way from Chile to Argentina to Peru, off the Pacific coast to the US and Mexico and even into New Zealand. It grows 18 to 24 inches a day. It's one of the fastest growing things in the world. And the brown marine algae has this incredible ability to sequester carbon dioxide directly from the seawater and create a buffer within the kelp forest itself that actually buffers the pH or the acid level of the ocean within the kelp forest itself, providing a haven for calcium-based life forms like lobsters and crabs and abalone. And the kelp is food for all kinds of marine creatures, especially abalone, things like that are in a state of recovery. This is naturally growing, naturally occurring kelp. This is a holdfast for giant kelp, Macrocystis, completely covering that sea cave. And there's tons of interstitial area or cave area that critters like this octopi love to go nestle into. And as you can see, the octopi is moving from one cluster of sea caves to another. And as we saw with the sea caves that were deployed off South Carolina last July, they were completely stuffed with all kinds of fish, from snapper to pargo to amberjack swimming around them. Everything you can think of was in there. The purpose of the sea cave is to be biogenic, meaning that it creates more life than it attracts, and it creates a dividend of life. And they're designed to be so encrusted and so lifelike that after they're on the seabed for 3 to 5 years, you should be able to swim along and barely be able to tell that they're a man-made structure. They should just blend right into the ecosystem, converting mostly empty seabed into thriving oasis of life, increasing the net productivity of the ocean to keep pace with human impacts around the globe, rebuilding kelp forests, rebuilding coral ecosystems, sustaining local, vibrant, small-scale fisheries all over Papua New Guinea and Africa, in Mexico, where we have a very nice project in the planning, off of Baja, California. Another octopi makes his escape. In another 6 months, this kelp forest should go all the way to the surface. And we really look forward to sharing that video with you and showing you how the kelp forest just grows and grows and grows. And once you have a kelp forest, you have a place for complete ecosystem restoration to take place and really become the backbone for sequestering blue carbon. Blue carbon is coming. It's a term that means voluntary carbon credits that are sequestered directly from the marine ecosystem. And they are hard to make, they are rare, and the Fish Reef Project will have an abundance of them to share with the world very soon as a primary means to help offset the blue carbon portion of industry's carbon footprint. Blue carbon is calculated to be 20 to 30% of your normal carbon footprint and accounts for any part of your supply chain that affects the ocean, such as marine transport. There's another sea cave completely encrusted with the holdfast of the Macrocystis, the giant kelp. I love this clip because it shows the empty seabed between the clusters and how little life is actually down there. And then you get to the next cluster of sea caves, and there you have it, a complete thriving oasis of life. Just from adding biogenic materials like sea caves to the seafloor, mankind truly can restore the ocean ecosystem. And I would like to thank you all for helping ocean life thrive.